So today is a video about how to get ready with me. So I will do a quick video on a full party makeup look, and I will be doing something called as a dual smoky eye makeup. Okay, along with my full contouring, highlighting and everything. So as you can see, I have no makeup on, but I have already done my cleansing, toning and moisturizing. So for all of you who don't know about cleansing, toning and moisturizing, these three steps are very important to achieve a flawless skin after makeup. So I have used this water cleanser. If you guys can see, this is a great product from Calabar. It is good for all the skin types. So usually whenever I am about to do my makeup, I just spray that all over my face so that my face is clean. And also when I use this cleanser, a lot of time what happens when we clean our face, our pores are open, so we need to close them, otherwise we'll have problems such as blackheads, pimple, acne, and we don't want that. So I have used this hydrating toner. It's again from Calabar. It's called the Hydra White toner. It is very good for that glow on your skin, for hydration, and it will not leave your pores open. So guys, before your makeup, please spend some time on your skin. Do your cleansing, toning and moisturizing. And I have a dry skin, so I have used a cream based product all over my face. So today what I will be doing is a dual smoky eye makeup. So this eye makeup is done by using two different colors. So usually the darker product comes on the outer corner and the brighter product comes in the inner corner. So I'm starting with my eye makeup first before I do my face, because a lot of times when I'm doing my eye makeup, there are a lot of fallouts under my eyes. Then I have to again wipe it off and do my concealer. So I will start with my eye makeup. So guys, while I'm doing my makeup, please have a look on the brushes that I'm using, because if you're not using the right kind of brushes, then your makeup will not turn out good. So I'm using this flat brush. It's like an eyeshadow brush to do my concealing of my eye. I'm prepping my eyes before I start with my eye makeup. So I've just taken a concealer which is almost like my skin color, or a little lighter would also go, and I'm just putting it all over my eyes. I'm using a beauty blender just to sort of blend the whole thing. I would be needing a mirror also. The same step I'm repeating. The quantity of your concealer should not be too much and it should not be too less. Why concealer is important while doing your eye makeup is because it will help your eye makeup to last longer, and it will just help that pigment also to just kind of pop out. And while you're blending, make sure there are no creases of your concealer. So I'm blending it well. Now second step, a lot of time people use a concealer but they do not powder it. So what happens, crease starts showing and your skin starts showing. So it's very important, after you've done this, you will either use a compact or a loose powder and just put it all over your lids. So I'm just taking a normal blush brush and I'm nicely putting compact on it. So now as you can see, now my eyes are all prepared for the eye makeup. So now my first step is to take any kajal pencil. Usually when I'm doing smoky eyes or a dual smoky, I take pencils which are very easy to smudge. So I've taken any regular black pencil and I will be creating a V on the outer corner. And if your pencils are not smudge proof, make sure you blend them quickly. So as you can see, I have just drawn a V on the outer corner. Now my second step is I will be using this smudger brush. Now the smudger brush to just smudge the pencil which I've drawn. So my direction is in that V direction only. I'm just blending my pencil. now I have already created like a smoky effect on the outer corner. Now what I want to do is I want to put a bright eyeshadow in my inner corner. Now bright eyeshadow can be a gold, pink, silver, anything. Don't worry if my blending is not too good for the outer corner. I will blend it more. So now I'm taking like a gold kind of a color. I'm taking this color, golden, and a lot of times when you take a color and it doesn't show too much on your eyes, what you need to do is you just take your eyeshadow on your flat eyeshadow brush, and if you have any makeup fixer, just spray that on your brush. So when you're doing this step, what happens? The pigmentation increases of the shadow. So I'm just going with my flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm just putting this on the inner corner. This kind of eye makeup you can do during the day, you can do during your wedding time, party time. It's very easy. So now I'm just sort of coloring my inner corner with a lighter color eyeshadow. I'm going to repeat the same step on the other. The step which you guys are asking me that I sprayed a makeup fixer before I use the brighter shade is only when your eyeshadow pigment is not coming too much on the lids. Just to make it look more bright, I use that. But you can skip that also. See, so now you can see my inner corner has the bright shade and the outer corner has the black. You can always go for a brown also. You can skip the pencil part in case you want a little subtle color on the outer crease. And I'm just taking this blending brush now. This is a very important brush in makeup, guys, for blending your crease. So this is called your crease area. I'm just going with my blending brush back and forth and just blending everything nicely. I can also pat like a brown eyeshadow if I want. So where I've used my kajal, I'm just patting a little bit brown just to make it more intense. Now it's up to you guys. You can add a little bit glitter and or just leave it like that. Now after my eye makeup is done, now I will begin to do my face, which is my concealing and foundation application. So now I will just remove if there are any fallouts under my eyes. See, there was so much fallout. That's the reason I prefer doing eye makeup first. Now very important thing, guys, we all want flawless skin, but it is very important to first sort of correct the imperfections which are there in our face. So as you can see, I have little bit darkness under my eyes, and a lot of people face that problem. They all have problems of dark circles, pigmentation. So just by adding concealer, a lot of times that darkness becomes grey. So what we do is, whenever we have any sort of darkness under our eye or on the face, we use something as a color corrector. So I will be using an orange color corrector on the places where there is darkness. So I'm using the same concealer brush as you can see, and I'm just applying it under my eyes. A orange color corrector is very important because it also sort of brightens up your under eye area. And usually the areas like under eye, mouth, these are the places where you need a lot of color corrector. Now I can take my beauty blender and just pat. While patting, just make sure that your pressure is not too much, because if you put too much pressure on your concealer, color corrector or your foundation, your product will come off. Just blending everything. Sorry guys, I just went on. Then, once my color correction is done, I will be using a concealer on top of it. So now I have to neutralize the orange color corrector which I've used. So concealer is very important. And just a very important tip for you all, a concealer is usually, yes, so Ashna Nanda is asking how can we choose the right color corrector. So a color corrector is depending on your skin type. So if a person has a lot of dark pigmentation, then you need a little more stronger orange for that. If you have very light pigmentation, then you can go for something like a peach kind of a color corrector as well. Now after I've done with my color correction, it's very important to neutralize the color correction. So I'm using a concealer. Now concealer guys should be exactly of your skin tone color. It should not be very light. It should be either a tone darker or exactly your skin tone color, because what you want is you want to hide the imperfection of your skin. And if you want to test what is the right concealer for yourself, you should apply on the same area and check, and not on your hands, because the color on your hand and color on your under eye is usually different. So I'm using a color corrector, and I usually like to go for the concealer which is a little darker to my skin tone so that it looks very natural. So I have used a darker shade concealer wherever I have used my color corrector. Guys, in makeup, just remember one thing, the more time you'll give in blending, the better your makeup will be. And whenever I'm putting my concealer, I am doing in a V direction and then spreading it. Because when I'm making a V with my concealer, all the under eye lines are getting covered. You can use any brand color corrector. You can go for Kryolan, you can go for even LA Girl has good color corrector. So now once my concealing and color correction is done, now I come down to my foundation, which is I'm using the Colorbar Timeless Foundation. It is a very good product. It is very natural. At the same time, it gives like a nice dewy effect to my skin. So whenever I'm using my foundation, I will be using a flat brush. This is a flat brush guys, which is very important for foundation application, because through this flat brush we can reach the corners of our face and mouth. And whenever I want to test what is the right foundation for myself, I usually always test it from here and I blend it. If it's blending exactly into my skin and it's not changing the color of my skin, you know that that's the right foundation shade for yourself. And whenever I'm using foundation, my direction will be downwards because I'm following the hair, facial hair direction. So I'm just going it downwards and I'm putting the foundation. It's very important to take less product in makeup and then build more rather than taking a lot of product, because you can always build, but it's very difficult to decrease if you've taken a lot of product. And whenever I'm putting foundation on my forehead, a lot of times the mask comes, the skin shows. So it's very important to push back your foundation into your forehead. And never forget your neck area, because a lot of times your neck and your face color looks different. So I'm just applying foundation on my neck and making sure I have left no corners on my face. Yes, Ritika, we are teaching makeup. We will be starting with our online classes very soon. So if you want to register with us, you can contact us on the number which is given on our academy page. So now I'm using this is my second brush, which is used for blending my foundation. So my first brush was just application. Now I just want to take off if there is any extra product and just blend everything out nicely. So whenever I'm using this brush, my direction is usually roundwards, that is circular direction, and very light application, because again we don't want our product to come out. So I'm just using soft circular motion to blend everything out. So now after I've done my foundation, if you guys remember, I used a darker shade concealer under my eyes. If you want to little bit brighten up your under eye, now you can use a tone lighter color concealer under your eyes, just to brighten up your under eye area. So I'm just going with my fingers. I can just pat a little bit because I just want the pop of that brightness under my eyes. So I'm just patting the concealer. So the idea is to first hide it with the darker color concealer and then just brightening up with a little concealer. So now you see my full base is already this brush called a buffer brush. Yes, this brush is a very important brush for foundation. It is called a buffer brush. So the motion for this is circular, very light circular motion. Now after I have done my concealing, color correction, foundation application, it is very important to lock everything up. Otherwise I can see I will be having issues of creases under my eyes, which I don't want. So I'm just using, this step is very important, guys. So I'm just using a loose powder. I've taken a loose powder on my brush and I'm just applying it all over my face, under eye especially. If you want, you can leave a little bit loose powder under your eyes also. Forehead, for people who have oily skin, it's very important to put a lot of loose powder on the T-zone, which is your forehead and your nose. गोयल शाब, yes, I will do a video. मैं हिंदी में भी बोलती रहूँगी side by side so that आपको समझ आए. Okay, so after I have done this full face, a lot of times क्या होता है, हमारा face में बहुत powder effect आता है after we've done the whole powder. So it's very important to just spray your makeup fixer, or this is a very good product from Calabar. It's called Stay the Day Finishing Mist. So whenever I'm applying this on top of my base will have a little shine and that powder effect will go away. So this is just to again set your full foundation and to make your face look more dewy instead of very powdery. So you can spray any sort of makeup fixer which you guys have. Now my next step is contouring of my face. So we all know that we do contouring to, you know, give a structure to my face, to create shadows. If we have any you know, double chin, or if we have a very round face and you just want to sort of cut down our face, we use contouring. So I will be using a bronzer from Calabar. It's called Shimmer Bar. So this is how a contouring product looks like. It's usually 1 or 2 shades, 2 to 3 shades in fact, darker to your skin tone. I'm using this contouring brush. If you see, it's little angular. Yes, so I'm taking my contouring product on this brush and just where my ears are starting, like this is the point where my ears are starting. So I'll just start putting my powder here and I'll blend my product upwards. I'm blending my contouring products upwards because I want to uplift my face. So just taking my bronzer where my ears are starting and I'm just blending it upwards. So if you see, if you compare my two sides, this side looks more shaped and it looks slimmer than the other side. So that is this contouring makes a huge difference, guys. And always when you're doing your makeup, give your makeup 10 to 15 minutes for it to settle down. So for me, I just need a little bit contouring on my cheekbones and my jaw just to define them more. So I've just put this on my jaw and on my cheekbones. The next step is blush application. Now a lot of times we think that blush application is very easy and we don't need any technique for that, but even when you're applying blush, there's a specific place where you apply your blush. So whenever I'm applying my blush, what I usually do, I smile, and this section is called my apple of my cheeks. So I will be putting my blush on this section and then I will be blending it in a tick mark direction. So I've taken my blush and I'm smiling. I'm putting it here and I'm just taking it to my temples. So whenever we smile and we put the blush, what happens? We are placing the product. So that is how the blush will show. I'm repeating it here. First placing it and then taking it. So if you can see, my base is all settled down, my concealer, color correction, nothing is showing too much and everything is looking natural, I hope. I have used Color Bar blush only. It's Shimmer Bar in the name Rose Glow. Now comes my lips. So guys, I will be doing my kajal, but I'm just giving it time for the concealer to settle down. That's why I did not do my kajal first. I am now moving on to my lips. It is very important to use a lip pencil before you use your lipstick, because a lot of times when we eat something or drink something, the lipstick goes away. So the lip pencil will just hold some color on your lips. So whenever I want to do my lips, I first start with the center. I'm just making two crosses here and here, and then I just join it. I'm using Color Bar pencil only in the shade Creamy Nude because I like my lips to look a little natural and nude. I'm not a fan of bright lip colors. And guys, never forget the corner of your lips. Now if I want, I can just leave the lips like this and just add a little gloss in the center, or I can just apply my lipstick on top of it, but I'm just liking this shade as it is, so I'm not going to touch it up with the lip color. Now comes my under eye. So during the night I can use more of blacks, but blacks, blues, purples on my under eye also. Right now I'm just going with a little blue color because I'm a little bored with blacks and brown. So I'm just using this kajal pencil which is blue in color. And whenever I'm using a kajal, it's very important that you start with your outer corner of your eyes and you go in small strokes. So when I start putting my kajal, I'll just first apply 3 times. And then again. When I'm using small strokes to put kajal, what happens? There is no breakouts in my eyes and everything looks flawless. So again, I'm starting with my outer corner, filling it up, filling it up. People with small eyes who just want to brighten up their or open up their eyes, using colored pencil is a very good idea. You guys can go with the colored pencil. So guys, this was like a quick makeup tip. If you have any questions regarding makeup, or if you want to know more about our online session, you can get in touch with us. So this is how my final makeup looks like. I am not doing my brows because I already have fuller brows, but whenever you guys want to do your brows, use a combination of blacks and browns rather than just using a black this thing. Yeah, that's what I said, Sahana. The eyebrow pencil shade should be a combination of blacks and brown. It should not be very harsh because then it looks not natural. And I'm just going to top it up with, if you want, this is like a liquid this thing. In the end, I can just put a little bit liquid shiny liquid thing on my inner corner just to brighten up my brow. I had already curled my lashes, so I'm not going to be putting too much mascara on top of it. So I've just put like a liquid glitter on top of my eyes just to glam it up. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the live session. I see a lot of questions coming regarding the brushes and makeup techniques. We'll be answering all of that questions in the next live video with you guys soon. So hope you guys enjoyed this session with us, and thank you so much once again for joining this live session.